Settle in, the wacky Gun Talk After Show crew is gathered, and there's no telling what they'll say.
All right, after show time. We're having a bunch of fun around here because, well, before we do the after show, we talk about stuff, and then during, we talk about stuff, and then you guys kind of catching a theme here. We just kind of talk about stuff, don't we?
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Yeah. We got Michelle and Jim here. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
I was just on a Facebook. I'm part of a Facebook group about revolvers. You know, you got these private groups that are not open to the public, and this is a bunch of revolver folks.
I love that album. It was Beatles' best album.
Yes, I got it. Okay. But they were, one of the things is, and these are like, a lot of them are old gun writers, really, you know, and you got Border Patrol people and people like that. But one of them was saying, you know, and you're going to love this, the 327 Federal. Yeah, all about that. So I thought that was a hoot because these are folks that have, I mean, these are, you know, collectors. They've got a lot of different revolvers and all of that. And they're saying, yeah, that really is quite the package there, that whole 327 Federal. I'm thinking, you know, is it just a few people who figured that out, or does the general public know that now?
Coming from the guy looking to get a lever action.
You can order one.
Hank, get a Hank.
I mean, I would like to get a 45, but it'd even be better if I could get a 50.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking a 50 caliber lever action.
Yeah, with a can.
No, that would be awful. You know, they do have have you seen the tactical lever actions?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no. You
Really?
haven't. Michelle knows.
Yep.
Are they cool?
Yeah. I mean, they're not traditional, so you've taken a very traditional gun and you've messed with it. So.
I mean, they've got Picatinny rails on them. They've got, you know, you can put lights and lasers and chainsaws and things on them. Yeah, and they're black and they're ugly. And for some folks, they're just really cool. If you didn't grow up with John Wayne, you're going, oh, I love this thing.
Yeah.
And if you did, you're looking at it and going, whoa, why would you do that?
Exactly. Oh, well.
It is true.
Has to be something for everybody.
That's right.
Yep.
But there actually is a 50 cal lever action. You can get a 50 cal chambered for the 500 line ball. Who does that? Is it Big Timber?
Great squirrel gun.
Yeah, there's some outfit that's making. I mean, they're expensive. They're, you know, $1,500, $2,000 for these lever action guns. But the 500 line ball is like a hammer. Holy cow, that would be something else. So
you'll damage the meat on the squirrel.
I would only want that if you could get rat shot.
Or you could just get a shotgun.
Yeah. Let's recreate the wheel.
Wow, could you imagine? What would that hold? 2 rounds? What would the barrel be on that, Tom?
The barrel?
Yeah, the length of the barrel on a 50.
Oh, well, I'm talking about a lever action rifle.
Yeah, in a 50.
Yeah.
So what would...
In a 50, it would probably be 16-inch barrel, 16 to 18
right?
inch.
So you're holding how many shells?
You'd still be able to probably have 6 or 7.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a handgun round. It's not a 45-70. It's just like a long 45 Colt. So you could probably get 6 or 7 rounds in there.
Yeah, 50, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, that would be cool. Now I'm curious because I know that there's some outfit. Let me see. 500 line ball. I gotta look it up. I can't spell. UGH rifle.
And the 500 line ball.
Bighorn Armory. That's what it was. And I was a little bit off on my guess on the price.
$3,500.
$36.99. $600 deposit. Give us your deposit and don't even ask us for a while, like a year or 2 or 3.
Wow.
Let's see. Barrel length standard is 18 inches. 22-inch barrel is an extra $300. Or if they cut it down by 2 inches, it's an extra $300.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what? I'm getting less and I got to pay more? If you want an octagon barrel, it's another $750.
Wow.
Holy cow. Okay, now I'm trying to find out how many rounds does it hold. I don't know, but it's a bunch.
That's
cool. I mean, it's cool looking, though, man.
That would be A heavy rifle loaded down.
Yes, it would. Oh, it would be. Yeah, it's how much is this thing weigh? Oh, magazine capacity is 7.
Okay.
Okay, and it's 7 pounds 8 ounces or 8 pounds 2 ounces. I guess depends on barrel length.
Well, they give you plenty of time to save up money to be able to buy the ammunition. So by the time
That's true. You put your $600 deposit down, and it's probably a year or two before you get a gun.
When we're celebrating Tom Gresham's 30th broadcast year, you'll get it.
Boy.
Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, premature. Another month or so. They've got, they also chambered this thing, you'll love this, Michelle, in the 500 Smith & Wesson.
No.
So there you go. You can get it in a 460 Smith & Wesson, and you can get it in the Pipsqueak measly 45 Colt as well. So, yeah, $3,700. Bighorn Armory, and it's gorgeous. They use beautiful wood. I guess you'd expect to get nice wood for that kind of money.
Right.
But, I mean, and you look at it and go, what would you use that for? I don't know. Bear gun?
Cowboy action shooting?
Cowboy action? When you want to shoot the guy's horse.
No, never. Sorry.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. What was that movie? Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Where the guy's shooting the cows. And it's like Babyface Nelson, I think, was the character. And he says, "Oh, no, George, not the cattle." Oh, Lord.
I think of the
It was a toad.
That's right. He loved him up and turned him into a horny toad.
I instantly thought of the Alex Karras scene in Blazing Saddles where he punches the horse.
Oh, God, yes. Never mind that. Here comes Mongo. God. Yeah, no, that's pure. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? It's just pure Coen Brothers, isn't it?
Yes.
It's it's like Fargo. It's such a funny movie, and it's not until like you see it the second or third time you realize, man, that thing is violent.
Dark, yeah.
It's dark. I mean, it's funny as all get out, but I mean, there's people getting hurt and killed and everything else in the middle of the comedy. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
In fact, just yesterday we watched. Oh shoot, what's the name of that thing? Burn After Reading.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a Brad Pitt, Coen Brothers, early Brad Pitt when he's pretty young. And it is same deal. It's like you're watching and you're going, this is funny, but boy, this is bizarre and twisted and the whole deal. And going, and then and I didn't know what it was, and it just came on. At the end, it said, Joel and Ethan Coen. I go, oh, well, that explains everything.
Yeah, there's a lot like Tarantino, I thought. Like Pulp Fiction had a lot of funny parts in it.
Right.
But it was dark.
Well, yeah, dark, twisted. It's like, I'm not sure I'd want to live in the mind of the people who come up with that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what's going on inside that brain anyway? So anyway, we somehow have gone all the way from lever action rifles to Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, going. Now, so what are any good movies featuring rifles? Oh, I know one.
Oh, Quigley. That's got to be number one.
Yeah, of course, that's not a lever action.
No. Oh, you said lever. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Winchester 73 is the name of the movie and the name of the rifle, starring Jimmy Stewart.
Really?
Yeah. Winchester 73 is the name of the movie.
I have to look that one up.
It's actually a really good, if you like Westerns, it's a really good Western, and it's all about this rifle.
Cool.
It's very cool, yeah. So there actually are some decent movies that kind of feature guns, and then you have things like, here's a lever action Terminator.
That's right.
Remember?
It was.
Yeah. He's on the motorcycle.
I would have thought pump, but it's a lever.
Yeah, it's a lever action. He's spinning it and doing the cocking action on it.
Yep.
I mean, it's a made-up movie gun.
All right.
But kind of fun. I want to say, Michelle, was that a shotgun?
I'm sorry, you had me lost at Brad Pitt. What was that?
Somebody bring her back in here, would you please? Well, there's a little something for everyone here, There's, guns for us and Brad Pitt for you, so there it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Totally. Yeah. What was the question again?
And then there's Tom Selleck, so it's,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yes. We were at Shot Show or Inter, I can't remember. We were doing the show one time, radio show, and my wife was outside at the tourist booth, and she was kind of we're looking for the guests who are coming and making sure they come in. And sure enough, she looks over, there's Bob Morrison, president of Taurus, and he's talking to Tom Selleck. And, I mean, she's a huge fan. She walks over and said, Bob, you going to introduce me or what?
I love her.
Just like, I mean, come on. We're not going to be shy when it comes to this. He's a real gun guy. Selleck is. He's serious about it.
As was Chuck Connors.
As was Chuck Connors, who, rifleman. And then Robert Conrad just died this week.
Mm-hmm.
Wild Wild West. Jim West. Remember that series?
It was one of that and Johnny Quest were like my two favorite shows of all time, late 60s.
Oh, I'll be darned. Yeah. And, Robert Conrad was in Wild Wild West, and then I think it was before that in the Black Sheep Squadron, Baba Black Sheep, where he played Pappy Boynton.
Yep.
Flying Corsairs.
Yep. And then he also did all the Duracell commercials. Go ahead, knock it off my shoulder, remember?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember those.
Don't you? I just made it up, but I figured you'd go,
cool.
oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you sucked me in again. That's exactly right, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was him, Robert Conrad.
I like Conrad because he was also, he really was a pilot, so, we got all that together. There's some kind of weird connection between, I think not all shooters are pilots, but a lot of pilots are shooters.
Right.
For whatever reason.
What they use in Gunsmoke? I mean, I know the pistol. And everybody occasionally would have a lever-action rifle because they all had that. Right.
And then, of course, the rifleman, as you say, Chuck Connors and the whole deal there. And we all tried it. Anybody who has tried to shoot from the hip fast with a lever-action racket like that, you are lucky to hit earth. It's just, you can't hit anything shooting that way. And at least I couldn't,
Weird, not using sights and all. Huh.
Yeah, shooting from the hip where amazing, you wouldn't be able to hit anything. Who would have thought that, right? Now, what did you think about our 12-year-old who called in? I want to know about the AR pistol and 9mm.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty precious.
It was.
Yeah, trying to do some research before they obviously go and make a purchase together as a family. So you knew that was a family unit working there, and that's always awesome to see.
It is. I don't know. You may have been on the phone, Michelle. I recommended.
She's always on the phone.
Weird.
I know. She's talking
personal call.
Yeah. Says, excuse me. I suggested that they go with a regular rifle, not an AR pistol, and get it in .223.
No, easier to control.
Easier to control, more versatile.
Yep.
Certainly going to be more accurate than shooting a pistol AR. I mean, I know the pistol AR is cool these days, but if you're getting your first one, they did not have an AR of any type for the family.
That made sense.
To learn how to use it and function.
Right.
Yeah.
And, he may want to try some long-range shooting and that kind of
thing. Plus, when he gets older, he can build his own kind of deal.
Sure. Exactly. So he's, let's see, he's 12. He can buy a rifle at 18, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he has to be 21 to buy a handgun. He can own a handgun.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't buy one.
He can't purchase it.
Right.
Right. So there you go. And so that's why you could tell I was making sure that everybody understood that he's not buying this himself.
Shame that you have to point that out, but you do.
Well, there are a lot of people who could twist it around or get confused.
Right. You're trying to put a gun in that 12-year-old hands.
Well, I am.
Yes.
That is true. Yes,
yes,
that part's true.
Absolutely.
Yes, as a matter of fact, yes.
You know what the coolest part to me about that call was?
What's that?
He wasn't different than any other caller. You didn't patronize him. Nobody afterwards said, oh, that was cute to have a 12-year-old. It was just, just rolled on. He was just another caller. I mean, I'm not
just another gun guy.
Yeah, it was great.
Gun guys, we're gun guys and gun gals. That's yeah, you're right. And we'll have the guy who's in his 80s call in, and we have the guy who's 12 who calls in, and the woman who has no background. It doesn't matter. It's the community.
Yeah,
it's just the community. Yeah. And this may be the first show. I don't know. It took 25 years of us to get to the subject of leprosy.
Oh gosh,
we've hit a new high.
Those darn armadillos.
I gotta hand it to you.
Okay, you take a quick break, and we'll come back and just all the things I want to say I can't. So there it is.
Visit guntalk.com/win to enter Gun Talk's Start the Year with SIG giveaway. 4 grand prize winners will receive one of the following: the new Sig Sauer Cross bolt-action precision rifle chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor with an 18-inch barrel and a 2-stage match trigger. Sig's BDX system with the Kilo 1600 rangefinder and a Sierra A3 4.5 to 14 power rifle scope to use with the Applied Ballistics Data BDX smartphone app. The P320 X5 Legion 9mm pistol with 3 17-round mags. Or the SIG P320 X full pistol with Romeo 1 Pro Open Reflex red dot sight. No state restrictions for the SIG Cross rifle and the BDX system. Winners pay taxes on all awarded prizes. For multiple chances to win, enter now through February 14th at guntalk.com/win. That's guntalk.com/win.
All right, so during the break, Jim, you got the spot. You can play the spot. What the heck? We don't care.
Right after I shut it down.
I mean, you know, you already shut it down. Okay, yes, it turns out it was the Ever Ready spot for Robert Conrad, the commercial. And no, I don't remember that. It's Knock It Off My Shoulder, but yeah, weird.
Yep.
I may have been sleeping that day. Who knows?
That's cool because in the spot they say, things that really drain batteries like calculators and cassette decks.
Cassette players.
Cassette players. What are those?
I just, wait. I got to call this up. It's one of those, you're wondering, all right, is this not collectible? I got to find this thing. Stand by here. Because I just saw an ad. There it is. Okay. A Fisher vintage cassette deck. It's a vintage Sears audio cassette deck that somebody's got on Craigslist for $89. And I'm thinking, this thing is would be an anchor for a boat or something.
Right.
Where you say, and the idea that somebody thinks he's going to get $89 for this thing.
Probably will. I had one as a kid. I've been looking all over for one.
I got a stack of cassettes that I don't know what to do with, and I can't play them, and there you go.
Me too.
Well, actually, it's funny you mention that. It's funny you mention that because in the middle of the show, I got a text from my buddy Jordan. He's like, "Can you transfer old reel-to-reels and cassettes to CD for me?"
So that's what you're doing during the show. I knew you were doing something over there.
Yeah, so I typed in a 10,000 character response saying, "Yeah, thanks for pulling me away from what I'm doing right now because it wasn't really important."
Reel-to-reel.
Reel-to-reel and cassettes he wants on a CD. Here's a bit of trivia for you.
Yes.
Well, not really trivia, but a cool fact. Last year, 2019, was the first year in how many years that CD sales were trumped, no pun intended, by vinyl sales.
Imagine.
Really?
Yeah, vinyl sold more than CDs last year. I knew it was making a comeback. I didn't ever think it would, take over that. But
yeah, I mean, obviously CDs are down to nothing anyway. But still, that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I don't know how it has anything to do with guns, but it's okay.
I don't know, but it doesn't really matter because we find it interesting, and that's good enough for us.
You can throw an album up in the air. Pull.
Exactly.
Like a big clay pigeon.
Probably have done that.
Vinyl pigeon.
Yeah. Actually, I have. Before there were LPs, there were these very thick LPs.
I've got some.
Do you?
Yes,
okay,
I do. 78 RPM.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those, and they're singles. 78 singles on a big old long thing like that.
They're singles. Are they seeing anyone?
I don't know. You have to go online to find out. So, Michelle?
Yeah, I don't know.
You can reach him. You can do it.
May I have another? Thank you.
There you go. All right. Just you have a job to do over there, She's still thinking Brad Pitt.
Right, I'm sorry, yes.
Just like, I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Like everybody else in that Oscar room.
She mistakes me for him all the time.
If you want to see him in very young, Burn After Reading. I think that's what the name of it is. John Malkovich is in there. Yeah. It's weird. And Francis Dornan? The one, McDormand from Fargo, yeah.
Oh, so, you're a big fella, aren't you?
Yeah, he is a big fella.
Don't you know?
God, that was funny.
And since we can break every broadcast protocol and procedure.
Thank you for that recycled water bottle.
I thought that maybe you were putting somebody in the shredder.
No.
in the wood chipper.
I love
right?
that movie.
They put them in the wood chipper.
Yep. That's the way to go. You don't want to be cremated or anything else. Help your garden out.
You need to become mulch.
Right.
Oh, my word.
Oh, go back to Google and
Yeah,
Brad Pitt.
I'm out. Sorry. I'm out of here.
Images, video.
22 rimfire magnums.
Yes.
Magnums. That was an interesting call, and that caused me to go start looking up, and I found that Savage. That would be a very nice rifle. 22 Magnum semi-auto with the AccuTrigger.
Yep, they make A22 makes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. And then you got, at one point, did Ruger ever make a 1022 in Magnum?
Ooh, I don't think.
I don't think so, but like way back in the dark recesses of my mind, it almost is like they did and then they stopped doing it, but I just don't remember, you know?
Let's Yahoo that.
Yeah. You do the Yahoo thing on that, right? 1022 Magnum.
You know, 1022 Deluxe Stainless. Says
Yeah.
here. Does Ruger still make a 1022 Magnum? Which leads you to believe they did at one time.
They did. That's what I'm thinking. I think they did for a while. I never had one, which would have been cool. So, yeah, there's somebody selling receivers and parts. So, yeah, I'm seeing that they did. In fact.
22 WMR.
Yep, WMR. Warmer. That's right, 22 Warmer. Exactly right. That's actually a significant boost over a 22 rimfire, the long rifle.
Wow. How many do you think they made, Mr. Trivia? Don't look it up.
12.
And I got serial number 13.
They didn't sell well, so there you go.
They sold 40,000 of them in 2 years' time.
Yeah, and see, the problem is for a lot of gun companies, that would be a lot. They'd be happy.
Yeah, for Ruger,
Ruger's looking at that
didn't
and going,
pan out.
that's not going to work for us.
Not when you consider they're on their millionth of 1022 standard.
Probably. I mean, I don't know what the number is, but I mean, it may be pushing 10 million.
Yeah,
It's got to be up there, yeah.
It's crazy numbers. I mean, is there anybody who's been shooting for a long time that doesn't have a 1022? It'd be hard to imagine.
even if you're new to it.
Them, yeah.
Even if you're new to it, that's kind of the epitome.
It is, and I will tell you, the takedown is so much fun. Oh, love that little thing. Just pop it apart and slide it. Comes in this little cool nylon case. And
wow, did they release that the same year they released the 44 mag? 1964.
Might have.
And they've sold to date 6 million of them.
Wow, 6 million 1022s.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot for those keeping score at home. That's a
And I think the patent and everything has run out on it, and other people are making knockoffs of it now. I'm starting to see those. So, meanwhile, I'm still looking at the Bighorn Armory 500 line ball and wondering if they would take, instead of 3,700, would they take? You think they'd take 3,650?
If you, in volume, sure.
Yeah, I'll take 12 of them. Sure. This is like one of those things you're thinking, okay. By the way, they are in Cody, Wyoming. I didn't know that. So next time I'm in Cody, I'm going to have to go see the folks at Bighorn Armory. I mean, it's a gorgeous looking rifle. I don't know. I keep looking at lever actions. I do have two 4570s, but I really want one in a handgun cartridge.
327.
No.
Come
I want
on.
big fat. I want something that looks like your thumb. You know, I want a cartridge about the size of your thumb. Big old fat thing. That when you shoot it, you can actually see the bullet going through the air. It's like you're throwing a brick out there. You can hear the wind as the bullet goes through.
Oh, my. Cinemax. Yeah.
By the way, Michelle, nice Fight Club poster.
What?
Brad Pitt's famous movie, Fight Club? Come on.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I'm stuck in a river runs through it.
Oh, boy. Well, that's when he looked like a young Robert Redford. Yes, and River Runs Through It.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Fly fishing, the old cars, yeah.
Yeah, I know. When the fly fishing shots were gorgeous.
Yeah, they were.
Cue the violin music, Jim.
Okay. Anyway.
Valentine's Day and all. He's going to call you, Michelle. You know
Oh,
it.
yes.
You know Brad's calling you.
So I'm looking. Yeah, Bighorn Armory. They've got one of these with the suppressor on it.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah, there
Your neighbors
you go.
would never know you shot it.
Yeah, except for the fact that it knocked their car over.
It would only sound like a 44 meg.
Oh, Gresham's cutting back.
All right, here's my gift for you today. When you get on YouTube, do a search for Rhino Attacks Car.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Just one of those.
Probably don't want to watch that.
Be careful who you pick a fight with, because
Right.
when this Rhino takes on this car with people in it in the safari camp or whatever it was, he's rolling the car.
Oh, I think I've seen this.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you don't want to piss off Mitt Romney.
Rhino. Yeah, there you go. I got it. I saw what you did there.
There it is.
But,
here it is. Yeah.
What I kept thinking as I'm watching it is they don't make a gun big enough,
Right.
because this animal looks like a tank, and he is pushing this car around, and then he actually flips it and rolls it over upside down, and then keeps shoving it and moving it all around. And I'm thinking, is there a gun that you could carry that would be big? I mean, I know people, have shot him with, big guns and all, but whatever you're carrying would feel. Yeah, exactly.
I'm ignoring you. I'm just watching this.
Yeah, I know.
Flips it
Everybody
over a
does.
couple times.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And you're thinking, 500 Nitro Express, maybe. Holy cow!
Jeez, oh Pete.
I know.
And the ostriches are just checking it out, going, "Hey, watch this dude, man.
Hey, man.
I want what he's smoking."
We told him, don't mess with John. He's got a short temper over there. I'm telling you.
Whoa! This is really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. I'm telling you, that's my gift for you today. Is that when you look at that, you're going, okay, I got to send that to everybody. I got to share that thing. That's crazy. But that was my first thought as I'm watching. I'm thinking, holy cow! I mean,
Yeah, that's what Tom said. It looks like the car's painted like a zebra. Maybe he thought it was. And then the guy pulls up with another SUV painted the same way.
yeah, they're all in a game park, one of these safari camps or deals. And
Whoa.
Reiner, you know what? Reiner's got tired of car following him around. Who you looking at, dude?
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just delivering your pizza, you jerk.
So that's when you want your 500 line ball lever action, by golly. And 12 people behind you with 500 nitros or something. Holy cow. Yeah, it's the old, well, that's probably enough for dangerous games, like when you see bears, or grizzly bears, and how fast they are and how strong they are. You're thinking, whatever it is you're carrying, it's not big enough. It's just not. I'm sorry.
Especially as they're closing the distance.
Oh God, and they're so they run as fast as a horse.
Right.
No.
No.
Yeah, no. That's what, now that would be a place where a 45-70 lever action wouldn't be a bad idea with hard cast bullets. So you could put shots on it accurately and shoot fast.
Not from the hip, though.
Not from the hip. Or a 22 rimfire.
Yeah.
So you could kneecap your buddy and run.
With hollow points, though,
Sorry, dude. It's just what it is. By the time, he got mauled, the forensics would never show that there was a bullet hole in him anyway.
Right.
So
They'd gloss right over that.
yeah, exactly. It'd be good to go. So I'm so glad that we could, kind of cover the whole gap from leprosy to murder. So in one after show.
Well, it wouldn't be directly murder. It'd be, incapacitation. Probably manslaughter you could get off with.
It'd probably be accomplished before the fact or something. Who knows? That's right. So, Michelle, have you been doing anything interesting?
Segue out of
No, I'm sorry. I was way back at the beginning of the show with Brad Pitt being mentioned.
We just kind of ruined the whole show for her. She's toast for the week.
Oh, gosh. All right, go ahead. What was your question? I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
Okay.
All
right.
You assume that I actually have some idea of what we're doing here, and that clearly is not the case.
She's visibly flustered for you folks at home.
Oh, my goodness.
Getting warm in here.
Oh, golly.
Oh, my.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's see. We are. You know what? My favorite call of the day was the guy who had jumped into the 20 in 2020.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Kevin.
Wasn't that cool?
Was it Kevin? Kevin or Ken? I think it was Kevin.
It's whatever. It's anybody we want to say it was. It's fine. So.
Brad.
It's,
it was Brad.
Brad. Right. Good old Brad. So.
Yeah, it was Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, was it? Okay.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Kevin from Knoxville, yes. And he wrote letters and got an email back and then got a call back from his senator. That was pretty cool.
From a Democratic senator.
from a Democratic senator who said, yeah, I support you on the Second Amendment, and we're not going to do, this is a state senator now. We're not going to do these red flag laws. So, of course, you got to follow up and hold their feet to the fire. But, you know, the fact that he decided to get involved and actually do it, and somebody actually read something I wrote or listened to the show, that's always the amazing part to me.
Yeah, both of our fans actually listened.
That's right. Well, one was out of town that week. So, there you go. Just Kevin. That's all there was.
But thumbs up, Kevin. Good job, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. So I wake up at 5 o'clock this morning, and I don't know why. I'm thinking about reloading. All right, I'm laying in bed. I'm thinking of.
What a romantic.
I know. What a guy. This is before coffee. I'm thinking of red dot powder, Michelle.
Yeah.
Which is dirty burning. And now it's better now, but back then it was really dirty. I used to load it in shotgun shells and in 45 ACP. And then I was thinking about when my dad had me loading his shotgun shells for him when I was a kid. I'm like 10 or 11. He decided to get into trap shooting, and a bunch of them got together and built a trap range. Now, here's the deal. Where does the term pull come from? And we had this one field of trap. In a trap house, you had to have somebody in the trap house, because that person, when they cocked the trap, that person would put a clay target on the trap that was going to be throwing the target, and then connected to that trap was a rod that went underground, came back all the way back to where the shooters were, and a pole that stuck out of the ground, and you had a trapper, the puller. When you call pull, he yanked back on this like 5-foot long pole, and that released the trap that was way up there in front of everybody. And so I looked it up, and it said, yeah, originally they used a string that would pull a spring or something, so you'd call pull, and somebody would pull on a string or a rope, and that's why we call pull for trap.
Right. Huh.
So, yeah, but I was like slave labor loading Dad's shotgun shells with fiber wads before plastic hulls and plastic cases.
Is it paper hull?
Paper hulls, yes. And Michelle can attest to this, that it is always interesting when you run a vacuum cleaner over a live primer. Because it will go in there and it will go off and fire inside of your vacuum cleaner.
Your poor mom.
What a saint.
Oh, my goodness.
God. And just loose number 7.5 shot, it's tough on vacuums.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like itty-bitty gravel. You know, it's just awful. Oh, well, the life of gun folks, right?
You'll find that forever, like pellets,
Yes.
you know, the little pieces of shot everywhere from a bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
I like the visual of your dad taking a rifle to school. And you said, try that nowadays. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
How things have changed.
Yeah, no kidding. And of course, it's this little kid in the hospital bed, and they bring him his rifle, and he's just pointing it at everything in the hospital.
And nobody thinks twice.
No big deal, you know.
It's not.
It's actually, you're right. And it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, anyway. Well, look, you guys have a fabulous week. I'm going to go, I ordered a scope and some low rings to put on that Ruger number 1 that I bought before SHOT Show. And I got to get some ammo for that thing, too, because it's in 280 Ackley Improved. I do not have any ammo for that. And actually, it's factory load now. So Nosler's loading it and Hornady's loading it.
Nice.
You can always make brass out of regular 280 to shoot 280 in there. But I'll probably just go ahead and get some of the loaded ammo. So I'll start off with brass that's already made. But it's going to force me to get back into loading.
Cool.
Which I've been out of for a long time because there's just not much in the way of factory ammo available in the AI. So that'll be fun.
The loading equipment has changed drastically.
No, it hasn't.
No.
It's the same.
Well, they make modern stuff that does it much better and faster, you know.
No, I don't want that. I don't want it to change. I want it to be just the same as it was. Yeah, you got digital scales, you know, for one thing, and powder measures,
Powder
and
tricklers,
yes. and all that other.
You guys are so progressive.
See what you did there.
Oh, jeez.
It's obviously time to go.
Yeah, no doubt.
As long as we're not Bernie Sanders kind of progressive.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
We're not socialist anyway, so there's that.
Well, single stage, baby.
single stage all the way if you want to make really accurate ammo, except that now they're making super accurate ammo on these progressives, and it doesn't seem to make any difference at all. Once you get your load worked up, they're cranking it out by the gazillions.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is.
Oh, got a call on line 5 coming in. It's Brad Pitt from Michelle.
Weird.
Okay, weird. How
Now
strange.
she's got to go.
Yep. Okay. You have a good time. Tell Brad hello for us.
Hello.
See you guys.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for checking out the after show. And don't forget to join the Gun Talk Truth Squad at guntalk.com and grab Gun Dealio for your smartphone. It'll save you money on guns, ammo, and more.